A word for our listeners. Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiett, Jestin Kimmet, Shirley Niedzwiecki, George Chimples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm here with Johnny.
Hello.
George.
I'm your host, Matt.
Scott. No.
Do we want to start that over then?
That might be racially insensitive.
Really?
Yeah.
What race?
What if he was taking lessons?
Justin.
Moving on. Justin.
Hi.
Shirley.
How come you always start on that side of the table?
Because you've told me to.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I star in the show.
Because you're torn, Mitchell.
What?
According to the
And I'm Matt.
title thing, I star in the show. That's what the man says.
You need to start saying my name first.
Where does it say that?
Say my name.
When Scott
Say
talks
my
at the
name,
beginning,
say my
starring John Quiett, right there,
Boom.
out of Scott's mouth to God's ears.
That's right. Because starring Shirley Niedzwiecki.
Thank you.
But we don't
That's
want to.
amazing.
Every time we come to it, we don't hear hello.
Who gets the end credit?
See, because
I do.
Actually,
I'm last.
And
Me.
George Chimples.
Nope.
Who's last?
With your keeper.
according to the order that it is properly written. God, we are in the middle of freaking.
Got him. Winning. Everybody check mark in this episode.
According to the show notes, it's starring George and.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Scott.
You didn't send that. You didn't send that off the thing. Yeah, actually, it's starring me and George. The rest of you are
starring George, and then the other actor that's too old to really be starring, but we still let him be in the show.
No, but
Scott.
the reason why the and is important because the and people make a lot of money.
I know.
Yes, they do.
I know.
Yes, they do.
Scott and I have actually.
I know.
Scott and I have actually had that conversation where it's starring this person, but the last person is also very, very important.
Yes.
Yeah, the and is big money.
Yeah, and then you stick like the people that aren't really important, like next to last or second to last. So Jesse and Jason.
Yeah.
So we're going to start.
You
this
got a
over.
nice rhythm there, Jason.
No, we're not. No,
Jason.
this is gold. Moving on. Thank you, dear listeners. Now you
is-
understand how executive producing works.
Yeah,
in
this
France.
is a little glimpse behind the scenes of how we do things over here at the Nerds Domain Podcast Network. So you're getting that, the 10 cents tour.
And if you were a Patreon subscriber, you'd get all of this behind the scenes. You should rush out there right now.
Now you have all the knowledge you need to create your own podcast at home with a podcast.
Say podcast one more time for me.
Podcast. Ding Network. Nerds Domain. Invite you to. Listen. Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Masks of Nyarlathotep with Shirley Niedzwiecki. Go ahead.
And a musical guest!
Nice Don Pardo, sir. Good throwback.
That was very nice. Hi, everybody.
Okay,
So, no, it's fine.
let's fast forward 2 days.
So I was going to fast forward 2 days, and then somebody said, "Well, we got to talk about Jay, blah blah blah." So go ahead,
Who said
Scott.
that?
Go
He
ahead,
was being
Scott.
tongue-in-cheek about talking about killing a character who's no longer in the party.
Oh, I just assume every time Scott talks about killing Jason's character, he's being dead serious.
We can't. He's out of our power now.
Well, this is true, but I just thought because we were getting together to record podcasts that we would have to have the obligatory
I'll start this
kill
on Jason.
Jason's character conversation.
I sure wish the professor was around so we could kill him.
Wow.
You know, I think he's into something beyond the mundane. Maybe he needs to be pulled aside and get some killing.
We need to come together as a group.
I know, right?
You also do a good
I was
Eeyore.
like, what
That
is
sounded
that?
like Eeyore.
That's weird.
That's not Ma.
All right. So we are going to skip ahead 2 days.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because we could kill him. Why bother? Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to skip ahead 2 days. Johnny, thank you, God.
Oh my God, are you alright?
As the keeper, I have a question.
You're the keeper?
That was
What?
You're the keeper?
As you're the keeper, I have a
you
question.
said as the keeper, I have a
Yes,
question.
I was pointing, which is not good radio. I understand that. Keeper, I do have a question.
I'd like to point out that the rest of this has been great for radio.
Yes, it has.
If you don't agree, listener, you're a Philistine.
You know what? No, if you don't agree, listener, give us money and we'll make it
We'll
better.
make it. We promise it will be better.
Go ahead, Scott. What's your question?
So I have a question. Are you going to actually let us kill Jason's character? Just from the standpoint of it will give you the giggles to know that he's probably doing his, transcontinental trucking route, and we'll listen to this episode when we kill him.
Oh, no,
at
he's
some
made
point.
it very clear that, one, he does not listen to podcasts, and two, he will not listen to our podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I will edit that out because that's, that question you just asked does need to be edited out in case Jason, God forbid, ever listens to this.
That's what that was for. Okay, go ahead. Because I could just see him going la la la, and then
No, he literally said, I don't listen to podcasts, and I wouldn't listen to yours.
well, there you go. All right.
Besides, Wentworth is the antagonist of season 2.
Yeah.
One of.
I thought it was going to be the other guy, but that's okay.
Oh, there's plenty.
Oh, okay.
Wentworth will be in there. We'll have to kill him next year.
Ooh.
Also, Queen Nefertiti, or not Nefertiti.
Queen Nefertiti.
Queen
Nyada
Nidicris.
Nidicris.
Thanks, guys.
Norps.
Okay.
Queen Norps.
So we're going to skip ahead 2 weeks. Or 2 days. 2 days.
2 weeks. I was like, we're dead.
John, Father Grave is contacted by Bishop, whatever I named him last time.
And you need to start calling him Your Grace.
Yeah, your holiness
That's
is
the
incorrect.
word.
I wasn't going to correct you in the middle of a podcast.
I was about to, but then I
it would
thought,
have been okay.
And thanks to the cam for teaching us that.
I tried. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You were fine. I wasn't going
I
to.
haven't been
Bishops
to church
are
in
your
a decade.
grace.
I also wasn't going to break the scene just to correct you. I was trying.
Almost did. And then I
So-
thought Matt would yell at me. Go ahead.
So you are contacted by His Grace and asked to come back to the church and discuss arrangements.
Okay.
On
Is
the
this
morning-
before the 2 days?
on the morning of the 9th? You are contacted on the 8th to meet with him the morning of the 9th,
Which is 2 days later.
which is 1 day later. Or which would be 2 days later,
Yeah,
yes.
9th
Okay.
is 2 days later. Got it.
So who else going to Mass? I am. Because if we got contacted the evening of the 8th to show up on the morning of the 9th, then I'm getting up for Mass because I'm thinking he's got 20 folks together and we're going to pile up on a boat and I'll die Monday, the 9th, even the evening of the 9th. Might as well.
You go to Mass?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else go? Is everyone else just going with them? Even if
I've
you're-
never experienced it. Sure, I'll go.
Nice.
This will be well. This is going to end real well.
Eva?
You bringing your spears to
Oh, why
Mass?
they go everywhere?
All right.
Eva, you didn't suit up with your 45 shotguns?
Rifles. Yes.
My bad.
I'm taking the rifle into church. You betcha.
Eva, are you going to Mass?
I'll go hang out outside the church.
Ma, are you going to go to Mass?
Yes.
What?
Are you going to have the cracker when they offer it to you?
No.
Okay.
That's idolatrous. This is a house of idolatry.
But it's at least a pretty house of idolatry.
Nope. Graven images, man. It's a terrible place.
So,
He's right.
But you're going to
I
show
wish
up
I
for the
was a
show.
different character right now. I'd be like, yep.
you guys go through Mass. Mass is great. Everybody that wants to take communion takes communion, and so on and so forth. Right after Mass, you have your meeting with His Grace.
Do they do communion?
Did I not just say anyone who wants to partake in communion partakes in communion?
All right. Just making sure that the listeners were aware.
I said it.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
They're listening better than you are.
Probably.
Okay. After Mass, His Grace meets with you again in the same room.
Not the same room as church. The same room.
No,
we
the
met.
same room.
His
we were in
office,
last time.
just like before.
Okay.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you. I'm glad. No, I'm not the only one being annoyed by it.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Moving on.
So you guys all sit down. He says, Father Grave, I have received notice that you are worried about. You left in a bit of a hurry. But that the Vatican is not concerned with returning you to your previous post immediately. Which is just his way of saying the Pope isn't mad and you're not going to be punished for just walking away.
No, I arrangements when I left. I didn't just quit. I was like, hey guys, I gotta go.
Okay.
And it wasn't a big deal at the time.
Obviously, it is now.
No, it just said it wasn't. Oh my god, why?
Someone's in a mood tonight. Shirley.
Sorry, I thought I
No, you're
was,
fine. You're perfectly fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
There are 4 priests I will be sending with you, and the other 16 will be laymen. They'll be ready to go whenever you need them. The 16 laymen are trained, so their danger should be lessened. They're trained in combat.
Oh.
They're either soldiers, current soldiers, or former soldiers.
Are they Sarab? Layman Sarab?
What?
Go ahead. Okay. I will stop now.
So that should at least lessen the danger for them and the priests that I'm sending with you. If something comes up and you need their skills, please use them.
Thank you very much, Your Grace.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that the church here can give you to lend a hand? Would you be in need of any monetary support, or?
There is the matter of renting the vessel. If the church could help us procure that, we have a contact with a French ship. Moving that kind of money at this point in time might be a strain and slow us down, but if the church can help, we of course will make recompense. And
it has been made clear to me by the Vatican that there is no need for recompense. This is important. If what you say is true and everything about your service says so, then no recompense is needed.
And whatever the church lacks, I can definitely help make up.
then I guess, yeah, between that'll be greatly appreciated.
Would you need anything, any holy items to take with you? Perhaps to properly holy water or any other exorcism tools? Would that assist you?
I don't think they believe in those things.
The potency of those types of implements has not been proven, but what do you got?
What do you got?
I can part with perhaps a couple dozen vials of holy water.
I mean, I can make holy water.
Do you
A
really
couple
say that
dozen
under your
vials
breath?
of holy water from the River Jordan.
Oh,
And you do know that holy water, according to belief, does matter where it comes from. It's not like it's Yellow River holy water. I could probably provide some Bibles of power for exorcism.
I have a keeper question. Since this isn't my religion, can I make an occult roll to see if this stuff would actually be of use? Or?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually a cult. Even if it was of your religion, it still kind of falls under a cult.
Okay. Yeah, I roll a 3.
Occult is general magic-y knowledge, which exorcism falls under. And I would almost even say that knowing about the church and the structures and the deep, dark secrets of the church does also fall under occult in that same manner. That would be my call. The book may say different, but that's how I would see it. You got a 3.
Yeah.
Holy water is important if the exorcism is done correctly. You have seen such things probably long ago, or like when you were a child. Maybe some priest came through and exorcised a demon from somebody in town or something like along those lines. And you've seen holy water used, and you've seen it burn skin. Again, it's water, so how does it do that if there's not something there? The Bible's the person holding it has to hold the belief, so you using it isn't going to do you any good. Same thing with McCree or Ma, but clearly Livengood and the Father both have a faith that coincides with that. But the turnaround is Ma could possibly hold the Quran and get similar effect if he believed it would work and was taught how to do it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have to have the faith to use the holy water.
No. But you would need it to hold anything, to use anything else. And then I could also give you some bones of a saint as well. They're in a small vial.
Yeah.
So some finger bones of Saint, the patron saint of
Antikythera.
waterfalls. Doesn't matter. The patron saint of something.
Okay.
So
if those can be spared, that would be.
these would be something we would want back if possible.
Of course.
The Bibles as well as the bones, but if the holy water is lost, then it was at least used in a good manner.
Right.
So I can have that all ready for you in the next half hour or so.
Okay.
Is there anything else? All right.
No. Yeah.
Are you guys going to wait on anyone else?
Well, Boss Dane was
Are you gonna? Okay.
getting the boat, so we need to wait on him. To
Are
get
you
back.
going to take the opium addicts as well?
If we're
Maybe
getting
not all of them.
Yeah, if we're getting supplied all of them from the church.
Yeah. If there's 20 members of the church going, then maybe just a few of the addicts to again lessen.
Maybe we should go with a third attrition rate. So 30% attrition rate out of 20. We should take how many people?
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
If
Let's say we
30%
lose
get killed
26.
off,
26 would be the guess.
if
So
30% of them get killed off.
So do you want to take another?
We have to have replacements.
five of the opium addicts and five of the
Psychics.
the five spiritually inclined.
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
I don't want to call them psychics because that I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Patrons of the fortune teller.
Okay. Money will be shifted from the church to pay for the boat, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Not that we've been keeping track of money. When do you guys want to go?
Is there any sort of time-sensitive nature to the ritual?
The moon thing.
Moonrise is around 7:30 in the evening, and moon set is at like 6 a.m.
When is the new moon?
The full moon just happened, like it's the night of the 8th.
So it's
the night
waning.
before. Not that none of that matters. It's just when the moon rises and sets. That's when you need to be doing the ritual between those two times.
Oh, okay.
And do we know the location
I
we need
was
to be
thinking
doing it
of
at on
light.
the island?
Anywhere on the island will block the area. Is essentially what you're getting from.
Okay.
So the ritual works as such. You're going to be.
We don't have to be like at the summit of the special temple.
No,
we
you
just
just have
roll
to-
up on the shore and hit it.
It has a wide radiance, probably half a mile easily, to keep things from happening. Now that you have all looked at it, Eva, this ritual is going to draw a symbol very similar to what you found part of from the pyramid capstone.
Okay.
So this draws the other half of it. After it is carved in whatever it's going to be carved in, which has to be somewhat permanent, it will disappear and empower and disappear.
Where did the capstone go?
You have only half of it, and I still believe. Well, it was taken with Jason's character.
Of course it was.
I thought we gave it to somebody.
You may have given it to somebody. You
I
don't
thought
have it. I know
we
that
gave
for
it
sure.
to the
curator.
No, the priests, the Muslim, the old guys.
Yeah, the
Brotherhood,
yeah.
whatever. I can't remember now what they're going to
Okay,
call.
but we don't have it.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, when do you guys want to go? Do you just want to go the 9th, the night of the 9th, or do you want to wait?
When we get
Better
everybody
Saturday.
together, the night of when we get everyone together.
Well, this is the morning of the 9th, and you could definitely have everybody ready to go.
No, let's
Yeah.
go.
I
Is there
said we
anyone
hit
who-
it.
Who is skilled in carving?
You don't need to be skilled.
Okay.
I'm not going to require that. That's
I did my bit of carving back home.
so you guys arrive at the dock.
Wait 1 second. Sorry.
Yes.
One thing I just thought of. Is there? How long would it teach me to train someone how to do the elder sign stuff?
You could teach them pretty quickly. It's mostly that you had to you had to learn from the words. It maybe take a couple of hours. You have plenty of time in the day.
I would pass it along to whoever would care to.
So we
Probably
go
Robbie wanted to learn it.
over
I would be
the boat
interested
ride.
as well.
What now?
The boat ride over.
The
we can
boat
teach it.
ride, yeah, actually, you could probably learn it on the boat ride.
All right.
Might even help to teach it to one of the other priests. They might.
Sure. And as a player, can I read the elder sign spell from the book?
What does it say?
No, I haven't read it. I'm asking for your permission.
Yeah, you can look. Go ahead and look at it. I don't know exactly what it says, but essentially, this one's just going to let you carve a protective symbol,
All right.
which is in. But you have to be able to do that. You have to do that before you start the before you start the chanting. So you guys all arrive at the dock for the boat. Probably around 4 in the afternoon. It's going to be a couple hour ride on the boat. The island itself is not very big, and you know that much, but there's not much else you know about the island except that it's an extinct volcano. Boss Dang sends 10 men. Seems he's being overly generous. And then the 5 spiritually inclined are there. There are 4 priests and 16 other men, all of whom are carrying rifles and pistols. All of the 16 men. So they're armed and ready for whatever's going on.
I'd like to do a psychology check. I'm looking for people who... I assume everyone looks a little bit confused and perplexed. I'm looking for anyone who looks evasive or suspicious, or maybe a little bit too subtle. Basically, anyone who looks like different from the norm.
Roll luck for me instead of psychology.
Pass.
Okay. You catch that a couple of the opium addicts are evasive, but it seems within their normal psychology to be like that.
Right.
But there is one of the spiritually inclined that just seems wrong.
I will discreetly point him out to the other party members.
Through what? I mean,
I will
Like-
tap the
like
side of my
how?
nose and point at the guy.
I mean, just draw on him and blow him away.
In front of everybody
It'd be a
else.
shame if we
Yes.
fall off a boat. I mean, we're on a boat.
All right.
Oh, I thought we were on the shore.
We are.
This
You
will
are
be before we
currently.
embark.
This will be
Yeah.
before you disembark.
Should we
Oh.
disinvite this individual or take them somewhere more remote?
take them with us
If we take them with us, they will be an agent for the other side, possibly.
until we get far enough away from the shoreline that we're not seen.
It may not be... It is not that large of a boat. It may not be a good idea to shove off a random individual to drown. Plus, he may be a good swimmer.
But if we,
Well-
I wasn't planning on.
Then
You and I could
somebody-
take him for a walk
Swim with-
before we go.
Fair enough.
I think
My
you
problem
guys
is
should
if
have
we
a
just-
conversation with this gentleman.
If we send him away, we will have alerted whoever it is he works for.
Yeah.
Would sending like 3 or 4 people away be sufficient to like? We thank you for coming out, but as it happens, we don't need your services today, kind of thing. Or do you think that he would?
I think a quiet elimination may be the best idea.
Agreed.
Can you define quiet elimination? Are you going to murder him? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I just
Terminate.
want- Matt
Terminate
wanted
with
to-
extreme prejudice.
Yeah, as the priest kicks up with yes.
That's how I read what they were saying anyway.
So, how are you guys going to go about this? That's a solid plan.
how much do the people know already? Were they told what was?
They were
gonna
told to
happen yet?
come here and be willing for the spiritualists were told to come here and be ready for what should prove to be
Spiritual.
an enlightening evening.
Oh my
All
God.
right. So
The opium addicts were told, show up and you'll get some opium.
yeah.
Do as you're told.
Then
Don't cause a problem.
Yeah.
And then the priests were told a lot more, but the 16 armed men were mostly told to go protect the priests.
Okay. So Father Grave will, before sending Ma and Livengood away to do this thing, will say a silent prayer of, forgive us because, we're only doing this because we, for the greater good. But then he will, then Father Grave will try to gather the group in, like walk around the group to be as far away from this individual as possible, indicating that they should weed him out of the crowd.
Okay.
And I will start okay, everybody, let's gather over here. We're going to go over a few things, explain what's happening, hopefully giving Ma the opportunity he needs to escort that individual away without causing too much of a ruckus.
Give me persuasion. Or persuade, I guess.
Yeah, 50 under.
Okay, and then give me a luck.
I failed that by 11.
Okay. So you pull the group away pretty quickly. Ma and Livengood, you guys position yourself in a way, in an area, next to the guy, so that as the group starts to pull away, you're right there with him.
I'll kind of take him on the shoulder and say, we need some additional assistance with some things of a more esoteric nature that you might be good for.
He looks very twitchy. Okay.
Cool.
What exactly do you need?
You understand we're going to perform some sort of ritual?
Sure, yeah.
We need some people who will be able to give us more help than just the blood and the will. Perform some other functions.
Like what?
Tracing, some drawing, some chantings. We'll show you, we just wanted to do it out of the view of the others so they do not become disturbed.
Okay. Oh, okay. Where are we going?
Follow me.
He walks with you. Are you going with him? Livengood?
Yes, I am.
You guys both head off? Or you all three head off? Where are you headed to?
Is there an empty warehouse? Someplace that looks like it'll absorb sound.
Yeah.
I want to take him there and then shoot him in the back with a pistol that's hidden in my sleeve.
Okay, so you're going to walk into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Or open the door and let him walk in first.
Yeah. Kind of filter him with Livengood behind me and then...
What's your dexterity?
Oh, it's 10.
Okay.
Not great.
That's fine. Livengood, what's yours?
13.
Okay. So why don't you roll me luck first?
You who?
I'm sorry, Miss Ma, since he's initiating kind of the...
I rolled 13.
Was that under?
I hope I have a luck more than 13.
Yeah. You kind of lead him in. He doesn't seem to quite catch what's about to happen, but go ahead and roll your gun. You can be at point blank if you want, but keep in mind what that's going to affect.
No, that's fine. I'm at point blank. What does point blank do?
Double damage.
Yeah, no. It doubles your
the
percentage to hit. And if it's a fifth of that number,
that's
then it's...
Yeah, then I hit with the
Impale.
point blank. Good thing, because others would have missed.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage.
4.
4. Okay.
And what's the damage on a rifle again?
What kind of rifle?
2d6 plus some stuff.
3d6.
2d6 plus some stuff.
All right.
Did
I
you
have
take an
2d6
elephant
plus
gun or
4.
did you take a rifle?
If you'll allow me to continue to have my elephant gun, I will
Okay,
do that.
did you write it down?
No, I didn't last time when I used it. That's why
That's
I asked.
3d6 plus 4.
That's the one. That's why.
Write it down with your purple pencil.
Yes.
We're more Scorpios, you know that, man.
Scorpio is not the word I would use.
3d6 plus 4.
Yeah.
My mother made it with a scorpion.
What?
It's a line from Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, okay.
So you fire on him.
Fine.
He takes a shot in the back. He turns, and since he's at point blank, he is going to swing on you.
Okay.
Isn't firing first?
Yeah, that's why he went first. Did you have your elephant gun already drawn? And
When I see him
trained
pull...
on?
Oh, it was from your sleeve?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so it wasn't like he pulled a gun and fired. He was just
Right.
like... Shh.
Because I was going to say, if I saw him pull a gun, then...
He
pocket move.
he punches you, or punches at you.
Mm-hmm.
He fists you successfully. Would you like to dodge
Yeah.
his fist?
I miss.
Okay. Ooh. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
And then we go back, or we go, I'm sorry, Livengood, you're going to pull your rifle, your giant rifle.
Yep.
Do you want to fire? If you do, at this point it'll be half, which then it'll be double because you're at point blank. So it'll be your normal.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope.
Okay. Ma, you can fire, assuming you have a second shot this round.
I have 3 shots around.
Okay, then go ahead.
That's a hit. 4-1. That's another hit. 4-8.
Oh, now he's dead.
I was going to say, do I get an opportunity for a second? Never mind.
No, elephant gun fires once.
Oh, fire one. That's right.
Once a round.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
actually do 1 or 2, but it only has 2 barrels.
Right.
As
It
it's
has
written.
2-barrel
Yeah.
reload.
Yeah. That didn't matter. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, he drops, splattered all over the ground now.
I'm going to look through his stuff.
You find a joystick and
A
a
what?
sickle. Joystick.
What is that?
It's a stick.
It's different than a mic stick.
It's made out of Joe. It's probably some sort of martial arts weapon of a stick variety, honestly.
Okay.
That's what I know.
I mean, I'll look it up. But...
He's also carrying a sickle with the symbol of the bloated woman carved crudely into the handle. And he is also wearing a medallion with, again, the symbol of the... It's actually not even a symbol. It's almost like a little statue. If you remember in the 13th Warrior, those little statues they had, this one's a little smaller and not thick. It's flat. But on a chain. Or not on a chain, on a rope. String.
Yeah.
So...
I still have him covered. Does his bloated corpse move?
No.
All right.
And no, he's not a woman. No, he's not bloated. No, he's not. No women that are bloated. I promise.
Just checking.
I'm just clearing it up now before we ask 1,000 times.
Is he bloated, though, even though he's not a woman?
Just said no. Just said no.
Jesse.
That's why I did that.
He transforms into a bloated woman.
Yes, he does, and you all die. Both of you are dead. Moving on with the other 3 players who aren't being jerks.
Jesse is a jerk.
Moving on with the other 2 players that aren't jerks. Let's go, Johnny and Shirley.
Enjoy storming the castle.
It's a martial arts staff for Aikido and Judo.
Okay, it's too big. Never
Aikido and
mind.
Judo?
Aikido and Judo.
Never mind,
No,
it's too big.
Jodo. It's Jodo.
Oh, Jodo.
Never mind, it's too big. He didn't have that.
That's the martial arts used by Frodo and Bilbo.
And sorry, this is going to be out of order, but I was given a magic sword at some point. Do we know what this does?
Yeah, it's magic-y.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Give me a second. I believe it gives you a chance to banish demons, not actual things. Or not
What do
things
you mean,
that
not
you'll-
actual?
Not things you'll be doing with.
Demons are
Not
actual
Cthulhu
things.
demons.
Demons are people, too. Okay?
Mr. Demon not appearing in this film? That's
You can use the sword to attempt to banish a demon, an actual demon, not a Cthulhu Mythos creature. And when that comes up, I'll let you know how it
Right.
works.
very nice.
Honestly, it's a sword. It's so whatever the stats of the sword are,
Okay,
you can use that. So you can, and I just told you can use your sword cane percentage on it if you wish.
nice.
So
Yeah, because I just forgot. So, or I don't think I actually knew. I take the guy's body and we just go and join everyone else.
all right, you guys, all get on the boat. Right? Good.
Yes.
Pashmina Afghan? Go ahead. I was just wondering if we had one. Moving on.
Kashmina Afghan.
Pashmina Afghan. Moving on.
Why would we have a blanket?
Because we're on a boat. Moving on. If you don't know, that's a Lonely Island reference, and if you don't know it, Google the song "On a Boat." Moving on.
So you guys head out into the water.
Am I the only one?
Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know, and that's a notorious reference.
Yes. Thank you.
Ma, who are you teaching Elder Sign to?
These guys and random priest fellow.
So
These guys being
Chisobo and Dr. Grave, or
Father
Grave. Hey, I upgraded you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Apologies to all
And
of our
one
priestly
of
listeners.
the priests.
nameless priest number 2.
It's Father.
Nameless
number
priest.
Father
two.
nameless priest number 2.
All right, so you guys spend 2 hours on a ship. You go, and it's not all that exciting.
Do we get to level up?
No, you don't. No, this is not a boat
Over
ride.
2 hours.
Every time we're on a boat.
Whenever
You're gonna get most of the way there and be like, we should go back. We should take a boat around in the bay
Can
there.
we just do circles so we can...
You arrive. You see. I'm sorry. Let's stop and back up. It's starting to get dark, and it's about that time that one of the crew comes to Father, because you probably would have been the contact. They're French. You're French.
Sure.
Yeah.
He comes to you and says, "We have sighted an island where it should be."
Okay.
It's at. So
Yeah, that's we gave you accurate maps.
okay. You guys all go out on deck to look at the island or anything, or
Sure.
okay. Off in the distance, you do see the island. It is there are some sort of illumination coming from it, probably torches of some sort, but it does light up the island just a little. It's not just desolate and dark. As you guys get closer, it's probably another 15 minutes before you're close enough to really look. There is a small village on the island. The island is, you're coming from the north, so the island is to the left, kind of center, and the left is the beach. Is a beach around
On our port side?
Sure. Around some rockier, hillier areas, as well as that are made of volcanic stone. But to the right is heavy cliffs. Like it rises out of the ocean, like it's kind of tilted up. So the right-handed side, or your starboard, like it has risen up out of the cliffs. There is some sort of summit there that probably used to be a volcano. It looks open from kind of your angle, but there is a village on the beach, kind of just on your port side a little bit. You can, but I just described it inaccurately. So,
Are we close enough to the encampment that they could see the boat coming in?
yeah, they're gonna be able to see anything coming in from any direction if they have any decent eyes on the island.
And they do.
Plus, the boat is probably giving off light, and it's starting to get dark. I mean, you don't ride around in a boat in the middle of the dark. In the dark, you have lights on it.
I would suggest that, actually.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, we're smuggling, essentially. It's
Okay.
we don't want to come in unnoticed as much as
Does
possible.
it look like
Okay.
if we go around to the cliff side that we could unload enough folks, and it's a sheer cliff, so they're not going to you're going to have to climb the entire mountain to come over to get us?
How do we get up?
We don't get out. Well, I mean, we get out onto the... Is there enough room where we could all stand in a line or two deep and do what we need to do, sort of stuck on the side of the island and run?
No, not really. These are like sheer cliffs. So the water hits...
Oh, it goes straight into the water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not like there's a little bit of land at the bottom of the cliff or anything. It's just sheer cliff water.
Oh, okay.
So...
Because I was like, let's avoid all those people.
with enough rope and some grappling hooks, you could maybe climb up the side, but the opium addicts are not going to be able to complete that climb probably, and
Right.
you're not even sure that the 4 spiritualists you have left are going to be able to complete that climb. It would be a hefty climb for all of you, actually.
Right.
Okay. And yeah, it just may not go well. Although Ma is totally built for climbing now.
I actually have stuff in my climb skill.
I know. So you guys are coming in under dark, under no light, but still it's light enough out that they may have seen you. What do you guys? I'm just gonna.
Can we circle the island to see if there's a more advantageous place to land than on the beach with the village?
Sure. Absolutely.
But they wouldn't expect that. Just storm the beach,
Just
camp
roll
going,
up.
just start opening fire.
We're not interested in taking the island, to the last man. We just need the ritual to happen.
But that's not necessarily the worst idea. Because for all we know, that everybody in that village is against us.
But attacking, if you want to attack, you need to have an advantage of numbers. If you are in defense, numbers may be on your side.
What I was thinking about long range from the boat.
Well, they can just shoot back at us and sink us, and then we're doomed.
Okay.
But if we could find a strategically defensive position on the island where a few of us with rifles could hold off a greater number.
Because that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Most of us will be doing the ritual, so...
So I vote for the defensible position somewhere away from the village.
Okay. So you guys circle the island. You get around the cliffside when suddenly the boat jerks hard. And the crew starts running around screaming at each other in French. Father, you hear, is that a reef? Have we hit a reef?
Great.
Oh, no.
And the boat lilts, I think is the right word.
Lists.
There we go. Tips a bit, and then kind of just stops.
Are we close enough to the island to do the ritual?
You have to carve it into something.
We got a boat.
Could have carved it into a cliff
Close over
face.
to
It
cliff.
has to be semi-permanent. The boat is not semi-permanent whatsoever.
It is because it's stuck on a reef.
No.
Can we carve it into the reef itself?
You'd have to be underwater.
We're not literally on a reef.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just thinking out loud.
I'm thinking that we're caught by deep ones. Or something.
Oh, thanks
Jeez,
for
it's
making...
just a reef, guys. This time it is really just a reef.
Is it just a reef?
Thanks for making me just go, great.
George, what? I sense paranoia in the air.
Hey, man! That's what I would have done.
And then your comment went, all hope is lost.
The first officer comes down and he says, "We've hit a reef."
Mav's like shaking his head.
No, we didn't.
The tide will come up shortly, and we should be able to push away from it. But that it could be a couple of hours. Until then, our only other option is to throw cargo off, which cargo is currently people.
Is it a sheer
how many people do we need
cliff
to lose?
into the ocean, or is there beach?
It's absolutely a sheer
People that we
cliff.
have to lose.
But we're not like inches from the cliff.
No.
Yes, we're out away from the island a bit.
Yeah, you're not. I'd
Because the
say
boat shouldn't be able to get that
I'd
close.
say 150 feet, maybe.
So do we have
there are
enough
lifeboats. Yeah, I was getting there.
Yeah.
Sorry. There are enough lifeboats that you guys could get into those and head around the rest of the island, or
Okay.
back the way you came. Either way, and being in lifeboats, you'll probably until the sun fully sets, you'll be able to see the reef a little better because you'll be closer to the water. It's harder to see when you're up a bit.
We also won't be in the water as much, so if it's not
Can
breaking
we-
the surface, it wouldn't bother us. But
Can we perform the ritual in the lifeboats?
no.
Again, no.
Next to the cliff?
Permanence.
But the permanence, how
Yeah,
accurate is
we'll
anybody
get
really
next
good
to
with
the
gunfire?
cliff.
Can we just shoot?
No,
And carve it into the cliff.
no. You cannot shoot the symbol into the cliff. If you were trying to carve it into the cliff while the boats are moving, the carving could be bad. It's possible, but it could be bad.
Okay.
But way to brainstorm there on shooting it into the cliff.
No, absolutely not.
We don't have a saw right now. It's not an option.
We're talking about single shot rifles.
Yeah, it might take a while.
And the villagers are hearing,
Yeah, we got.
What are they
we
doing
got
out
7
there?
months, right?
we got 7 months.
Jesus.
Way to think inside the box.
Okay.
Anyway,
What do
so
you guys want to do?
Jump in the lifeboats,
Not
go
be
around
here
there.
having to deal with elder ones.
If enough people get in
okay.
Hold on.
Yes, if enough people get in the boats, would that help? I mean, we get going, and maybe that lessens the time they need to get off the reef.
Probably
And they
it would
can catch
at
up with
least
us.
it would at least lessen it.
Okay.
There's a potential for it alleviating it completely, but not a very high one.
Then let's disperse the addicts and the enlightened people among
Of course the
the
father would
numbers.
say
We don't
that.
want them all in one
Oh, okay. I see what you're
boat
saying.
together, and get as many of us going
There
on the
will,
lifeboats as possible.
there will end up being 4 boats.
So they're big boats, like
they're big enough to carry. Yeah, the 4. There's enough people that you will take 4 boats to put all those people in the lifeboats.
plus us and the rovers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, excellent.
Actually, that's assuming you guys are rowing. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't.
Because I'm not a sailor. I trained to fight in the desert.
You don't know how to row?
You move it up, you move it down.
The condescension in that question from the Western shoot 'em up girl is horrid.
Okay, yes, that was the rowers.
In theory, I could, but in theory, Father Grave could manage an oar. But we have trained sailors. I was thinking
we
take
could.
1 or 2 of them per boat
We'll say
as well.
We'll say 2 extra guys per boat. So So you could get them in. I just want to know where you guys are at. Are you all in one boat? Are you going to disperse yourself through the 4?
I think we should
And then we have to disperse.
Okay.
Yeah, because splitting up's always done as well.
So who is doubling up with whom? I guess that there's 2 of you that will be together.
I will shadow Father Grave.
So you're going to be in the boat with Father Grave and leave the gentleman who barely speaks English to people who don't speak hardly any English in a boat by himself with them. That's my
Somebody else can come with me.
Nope.
No,
If you're
we
dispersing completely through the 4 boats.
Oh, yeah,
Because
that's
if
right.
you double up as well as they double up, that leaves 1 boat.
You should go with Father
Without
Grave.
That would be 2 people who know the other sign in one boat.
I'm going with Father Grave.
Sounds good.
All right. I put.
That's great.
I can't remember Jesse's character's name.
Chisobo.
Chisobo
Really?
in the boat with Mao. Go. We're going.
With who? With Mao? Ma?
Ma.
Sorry.
Ma.
You're fine. Okay. Okay.
So yes, 2, 2, and 1.
So 1 boat has none of you in it.
Yes,
That's fine. Which way you're going? Back the way you came or around the rest of the island?
away from the village. So
The
the
other
way
way.
we were going.
Okay.
Well, if we all get off, can the boat move and we all get back on?
Are you listening? Because we just had this conversation.
I literally
Well, the
asked that
thing is,
question.
Right.
That's what you
And he
said
said, yeah, that would
before.
lighten the load enough.
It would take less time.
It would
Less
take...
time.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna go.
So
they'll
when we
catch
all
up.
get in the boats, can they move?
No.
Okay, that's the part I didn't have.
How many people are in a boat? Is it an acceptable loss to lose a boat full of people?
No.
Because we do have extra people.
Hypothetically, yes,
We
you
did
could lose
have
an
extra
entire boat
people.
and still be fine.
Okay. Then,
It
yeah,
would
we'll
just
do the
make
boat
it
one.
really rough. Okay. You guys go around the southern part of the island. You find a beach. There is no village on this side of the island.
Perfect.
Do you take land at the first part of the beach you can get to? Is that where you want to be at?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can get
Yes.
up into like the rocky hill there.
Yes.
Okay. I need everybody to give me a luck.
Success.
Success.
Come on, fail. I want to see what a failure happens.
I've been failing all night.
And she's in the boat by herself.
Thanks.
Nice. Fail.
1. I got a 1.
100.
No, that's not 1.
The Kraken comes up from beneath. It wasn't deep one. It was the Kraken.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, George.
Which is technically not deep.
You guys all get on board. A couple of the people are a little seasick because there's a difference between being in a giant boat and being in a tiny boat and the waves. But other than that, everybody seems physically okay. You move up into the rocky hills. I need one of you to roll a track.
I'm an Uber tracker.
I have said I'm a tracker. I'm not a tracker.
That's me.
Well, hold on, because now 2 of you are rolling. I just need 1, and I need you guys to decide who is leading the group.
Who's the better tracker?
Fine, go ahead.
Why? What's your track?
No,
Oh
fine.
my, we're
go.
not talking mechanics.
47.
Oh my god.
60.
Fine, go ahead. I don't care.
I already rolled.
Go.
I already
Did you
rolled.
succeed?
8 under 60.
Okay.
Yeah. Low bet.
Whatever.
You guys get up into...
Fine. Track, Mr. Uber tracker.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. You guys get up into the rocky hills. Ma finds a semi-flat area that has a nice stone surface to it that he kind of stops you at, so he can carve that, and he starts doing his carving. Ma, you figure it'll take you 10 minutes?
All right. The elder sign thing says that you need a previously carved one, or previously created elder sign, which I just take to mean that you can make it, and then you do the ritual. The ritual requires a sacrifice of 2 POW.
Okay.
Is that permanent?
Yeah.
I don't care either way. But that's how it kind of reads to me.
Yeah.
Does that mean cut off your finger?
No.
What does it do once it's there? Is it a permanent
It seals
event?
a gate.
Oh, it seals a gate.
Yeah.
Yes, that would probably be permanent
It
power.
says, takes a sacrifice of 2 POW to create, but costs no sanity point. It may be formed into a blah, 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 blah. And it just seals a gate. That's basically what it
The
says.
POW will go away. It will come back, but I believe a healing POW takes a longer time.
Okay.
So,
Could 2 people sacrifice 1 point?
no, because he's going to be the caster on that.
Okay.
So you guys, Ma, you start carving. I need everybody else to give me spot hidden.
Yes.
No.
Negative.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The 10 minutes go by pretty calmly. You guys don't see anything out in the brush. The island is not bare of growth, but besides the palm trees on the beach, there's only a few. There are only bushes every so often, and they're really kind of scraggly and gnarly looking bushes. Like they've not got any leaves, and they've been there ready to turn into tumbleweed at any time. You know, that kind of thing. 10 minutes go by just fine. Ma, you carve the very best rendition that you've ever had carved ever. I mean, you take your time and do it well.
And in your universe, is it the twig sign or is it the star sign?
It's the twig.
All right.
The way it should be.
So you also carve the Eye of Light and Darkness. You're going to start the chanting. Is that correct?
Sure.
Okay. Before you start the chanting, you'll need to put blood in there. Are you just going to start grabbing people from the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's for volunteers. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they all know that they're going to be giving blood.
Yeah, so who wants to go first?
Okay. So you fill it with the blood that you need out of a couple of people, and you start the chant. Everybody keeps going. As long as somebody is still chanting, it will continue. So if Ma stops chanting, that's fine, as long as someone is continuing the chant. So you have 20 plus 10 plus 4, 34, 42 plus 5. So 47. The 5 of you, I forgot to add that in.
Right.
So you have 47 people here, as long as one of those 47 is chanting. So you guys can stop to take a drink or that kind of stuff. And I assume you brought water and a little bit of food with you because it's going to be an all-night deal.
We have holy water, nothing else.
Yeah, let's drink this.
Monty.
So at the end of the first hour, I need all 5 of you to roll a d4.
I haven't been warming that one up.
2.
Okay.
Uno.
1.
You will all lose 1 point of magic right now.
Is that...
You all feel like you've contributed something to this ritual. You know that you have contributed something. It's not what the ritual's calling for, but because you're part of it, you know that this is going to drain you as well.
What if you're not chanting?
Are you not going to chant at all?
I'm gonna...
So no?
No.
Okay, because
I'm gonna mouth.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna mouth the... I'm gonna lip sync.
Okay, then you don't lose anything.
No, okay.
So you don't feel that sense that you have
Contributed.
You know that you're not going to lose the POW, but if you're one of the people that are chanting, you're not going to lose the POW, but you do feel that if you continue to chant every hour, you're going to slowly drain yourself of that magic, the power of that. So you may eventually fall unconscious if that's the case, if you chant every hour. So taking rest is clearly important. I would like everybody except Ma to give me another spot. Because Ma, I assume at this point you're still leading it and cutting blood when you need to and taking it as you need to, right? That was the intent.
Yeah, can I give my whisk that uses
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Plus 25 to spot hidden for evil stuff to somebody else.
Who do you want to give that to?
Chisobo?
Chisobo.
Oh,
Okay.
what's myself?
I got an 0-2.
I got a 2 as well.
Nice.
Nice. Did you make it?
I did succeed, but
I
just
did
barely.
not.
You did not. About
But you got northeast, southwest. So.
half. Well, you also have 16 other guys with guns that are watching.
Yeah.
About half an hour into that next hour, or halfway through the next hour, so you hear a rustling, and you look over just in time to see literally one of those spears that you have go through the neck of one of the soldiers with the guns, and he just drops. And that'll do us tonight for Masks of Nearly Thotep. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter. You can head over to the website and sign up for the newsletter. That'll be on the right-hand side. You can go over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. And then you can go over to patreon.com/nerdsdomain, support us there. And you can find our shirts over at /loot. And we will talk to you guys real soon.